Well, thank you so much. This is Illia, founder of Near. Here we go.
All right. Thank you. Ooh. Hopefully everybody's still awake. I know it's a little bit, the snooze zone of the time. You're getting ready for drinks, getting ready for those happy hours. And I have a clicker. Cool. So I'll talk about chain abstraction, like what it is, why do we need it, what cool things you can build with it. So let's get into it. So my main thesis is the dApps you all guys are building are not real. They're not really applications, they're just front ends for smart contracts. Right now you're forcing the user to figure out how to actually do stuff, how to fund their accounts, how to find your application, figure out if the smart contract your front end is connecting to is the real smart contract or you're being hacked in the middle of it. You figure out kind of a lot of things that like normal users don't really have ability to do. And obviously all the things people just talked about, key management, seed phrases, all of those pieces, that's not experience we want and can have if we want to bring billion users. So we have a kind of highly fragmented world, and with every chain launching, we're fragmenting it more, right? And it's really exciting to have more and more functionality, more and more people building, but everybody's now launching a separate chain, and you have kind of more and more fragmentation. You're launching an app on a specific roll-up, on a specific layer one, you're fragmenting your target audience. You don't have a way to address audience across the whole Web3. The liquidity is fragmented. The developer experience is now like, I need to figure out where I'm building, not based on what I'm building, not based on experience I want to receive, but based on where I hope I can acquire users. And as a user, you have no way to find applications, right? Like you have no way to know if the website you're visiting is really a front end for smart contract you hope to use. Now, as a user, I have a dozen different wallet providers. Each wallet provider, I have like 20 accounts on EVM, I have 100 accounts on Near, and like that is unsustainable between the privacy, between the chains, between like different apps. Like it's just a nightmare. And at the end, people just want to use cool apps. They want to get, earn and participate and really have this new economic opportunity that we're creating by kind of interconnecting this global economy. So how about we defragment and aggregate things, and instead of having like a wallet in every chain and like dozens of accounts in every chain, we'll just have one account, one wallet, and we'll interact with all chains. So that's kind of the core idea of chain abstraction. Like you as user don't need to think about which chain you're on, what gas token is there, which bridge is actually going there, what are we swapping, like what's going on. Just have one account, you connect to an app, you use it, you don't care which chain it's on. And as an app developer, you now can launch anywhere because users will be able to use you. That's the idea. And we want to create a movement out of it. This is not just Near, pushing this. We want to create a whole group of people building towards this vision, right? We just had Chain Abstraction Day. We had a ton of people from EVM ecosystem, from Cosmos ecosystem. We're trying to bring more folks from other areas, rollups, intents, all kinds of stuff. And the idea is that all of these pieces, right, we have, modularity with a ton of people building stuff. We have, folks who are building intents and execution from everything from 1inch to, Uniswap backs. We have orchestration, aggregation, all of those cool words. At the end, they all serving this idea of chain abstraction. They all are how we're achieving it, and chain abstraction is a what. And so in a way, we're all working toward one direction. And so the idea is like to kind of put a word on it, be able to explain it to users. So like what I'm working on, well, I'm really routing this transaction flow when builder like proposer separation is being executed. It's like, no, I'm trying to make sure that as a user you can just use stuff and it's chain abstraction. So that's the idea. I'm encouraging everyone to use that. And so as Near, we started with kind of core principle that we wanted to deliver really kind of user experience that is better than Web 2. We wanted to deliver something that you as a user are able to access this global, kind of financial system, global permission system, ownership system, and don't need to bother with kind of keys, accounts, gas fees, etc. And we focused on, obviously, building layer 1 and kind of focused on experience there. But over past about year, we started figuring out how to bring the same experience to the whole Web3. So instead of just having that on near layer 1, we're now accessing all rollups, all layer 1s, and really offering this across. And so there's a whole stack of kind of different aggregations and abstractions and that we have. Obviously, it starts with super scalable layer 1 that's powered by sharding. We have near data availability for rollups. We have FATUPs. 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 We have FATUPs, 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 we have FATUPs. And what's interesting is if we add like a little bit of ZK there, you actually can have addresses that are not associated to each other. So you, as a user, don't need to like create new address every time you want to send somebody money. All of this is done for you. You just have one account that you're transacting with, and you can interact through one wallet. So that's kind of core idea of account aggregation. There's a lot of tech, relayers, intents, MPC, all of that packaged up. But at the end, just one account, connect, use. And similarly, as if you're building smart contracts that want to be multi-chain, this is the same for smart contracts because on near accounts and smart contracts are the same thing. So you can have your smart contracts actually transact on other chains as if it was an account. Finally, so chain signatures. This is kind of the core idea of multi-party computation with where the validators can rotate and the same key, like this set of validators can sign for the same key even as new ones join and leave. And you can use this as from a smart contract, you can use this from the wallet. And so you can actually send a message saying, hey, I want to sign something on behalf of this near account on chain, on like Bitcoin. It'll generate you an address and sign with it, and relayers will relay that transaction. Now, that's not it. That's not everything. There's other missing pieces. So one of them is decentralized frontends. So we have the security unification, we have account aggregation, and now we package all of this up into a single app, single experience. So you don't need to go and like find where the applications are. You don't need to kind of think, is that application had just been hacked and I'm actually sending all my money to somebody else. So we have an example app called DabDab. It actually has 150 different smart contracts from 14 different layer 2s, all aggregated into one interface. You can transact, like mine airdrops, swap, lands, and kind of do all kinds of DeFi, all from one gateway, which fully powered by decentralized frontends. Every single piece of front-end code that you see that renders you the front end is actually stored on chain. And so you can verify that what you're interacting with, like this swap, is actually doing exactly what you want. Obviously, not everybody will do, but this allows to have this level of protection. And so all of these layers allow to have this new chain abstracted experience. Now, Near is a home for top consumer apps, right? We have kind of a number of applications that have millions of monthly active users. We have some of the wallets that have, Hot just reached, I think, million daily active users. And this allows to now all of these users to actually access all of the Web3. Pretty much we're opening up all of these users to not just sit on Near, but actually have access to every single other chain, from Bitcoin to Ethereum, from layer 2s to Solana, from Cosmos chains to XRP and ADA, whatever. And so that's kind of core idea. This is really the novel way to open up, to onboard users, and really enable them to transact across all Web3. Now, it seems a little bit abstract, right? And so how about some more examples? So really cool things you can do, right, is you can build smart contracts that are interacting with other chains. And you will say, well, there are bridges, right? You can actually bridge assets. The thing with bridges, they're very complex to maintain and deploy. They have, they become a really honeypot for somebody to hack. And so instead here, you can actually have a smart contract on Near that submits transactions on Bitcoin, right? Or has an address which can receive something on, EVM or on Solana. And so you can have things like somebody deposits, for example, an NFT on Ethereum and receives Bitcoin into their address on Bitcoin through a smart contract on Near. You can have a Near account that has associated addresses on Bitcoin that owns ordinals, on Solana that owns their NFTs, and you can sell that account itself with all of these assets attached to it to somebody else at 1 second block time, at fraction of a cent transaction fee. So you can transact whole bundles of value without really needing to settle on those chains, and then you can still withdraw it there. You can turn Bitcoin ordinals into NFT on Near, sell, transact it, and then unwrap it back and receive it on a different Bitcoin address. You can do all of those different kind of use cases, and there's more in the dev chat people are discussing. So I'm inviting for developers to join that. So, don't be a fragmented Web3. Lots of wallets, funds are stuck withdrawing from optimistic rollups. You need to understand where your tokens are, which, is that rollup using which gas token? And so really kind of join this chain abstraction movement. I'm inviting everyone. Now, I just want to finish on one idea. Chain abstraction is kind of what moves us forward with Web3, right? We have kind of established the value of Web3, but it's still there's a lot of conversations that just happen around how hard it is to use and kind of how limiting it is. Near has pioneered a lot of the account abstraction and really simplifying onboarding. That's why we have most users in Web3 right now. But that's been kind of one side of the equation. The other side of the equation, though, is we have more and more kind of unique experiences that are not just built by people, but anybody can be a creator, can create new experiences, new applications now, new games, new content. And even more, you want it to be personalized, you want it to be done on with your context and your data. And this is the idea of user-owned AI. This is about not just decentralizing AI in the sense that we're running a blockchain, but decentralizing in the sense that you run it on your local device. And so if you combine these two pieces, you have a fully self-sovereign operating system that runs on your device, that knows things about you, but doesn't leak that data to anybody else, that is able to interact with other parties, that are able to send and transact kind of on your behalf, and is able to even participate in governance and maybe in some data marketplaces. And all of that is preserving the kind of benefits of self-sovereignty that we're trying to bring with Web3. So if you're interested to learn more, I'm giving a talk tomorrow at this Denver main stage at 4:45. And so I'm inviting everyone to join more. I'll kind of cover self-sovereignty and how we really need it in age of AI. Thank you, and I'm inviting everyone to assemble the abstractors.